Before the youth zone came, I don't think we had many worries about what it would look like or what it would be, having seen the experiences that neighbouring towns had. Again, we looked at provision that in Bolton and Wigan and further afield, Wolverhampton for example, we didn't have this modern facility. I'm delighted. I deliberately kept away while it was being built, so I didn't have any preconceptions. I could come in and look at it with fresh eyes. So what you find is that unchanneled behaviours sometimes allow some people to cause problems. But what we hope to see is that by diverting people into positive things that can have a positive influence on their lives, it stops that falling away into problem behaviour that starts with low-level antisocial behaviour and nuisance and ends up down the line in crime and prison, unfortunately, for many of our young people. The way that onside work, it's very subtle, it's very understated. They change people's lives in a way without them realising, I think, that they've changed their lives, and that again is the best way of doing it. If you go to somebody and say, I'm going to change your life, straight away there's a reaction to that. What you're better doing is showing people good examples, and then they can choose their own path. And young people see that, they see it at home, they see it at school, and to me the youth zone's a third strand in that behaviour, that they can see different things that they might not get at school, they might not get at home, that gives them an option. And in life, if you have options, you can take control and you can choose your own path. We've had many false dawns, we've had many promises in the past about making the world a perfect place. So many people were quite sceptical, I think, to start with. Oh yeah, it's another youth club, it's another youth centre that we've seen many come and go in the past. It's a rebadging. But I think what they are actually is they've seen the place, they've looked at the place, they've visited the place. Many people come and say, have you been to the youth zone? I've been for a walk around, I went for a look round. It was absolutely amazing. I wish we'd had that in our time. The communities have said they welcome it, they want to know how they can get involved. So again, when you put something into a community, you get far, far more back. Your young people, they aren't a problem, they're an asset. They are the long-term future of our town. So if we don't spend the time and the money on them now, and we have a problem in the future, whose fault's that? That's our fault because we've not invested wisely in them. So like any investment, you have to nurture it, you have to let it grow, it has to develop. And if you do it properly, and I think Onside are doing it properly with this youth zone, long term we'll get the results and the dividends will be happy, well, fit people in Chorley. As a councillor, one of the main benefits we have here in Chorley from a youth zone is that it allows us to invest a little bit of our money and our time, but to get a massive dividend back for the future. What we're trying to do is promote the health and well-being of our population, and that means they have to start well in life, they have to be given every chance to make the best of themselves. And the council doesn't have to do it all itself. What it does is it stands behind the youth zone, we support in a small financial way, but what actually happens then is the community steps forward and says, well, the council are doing it, I'm therefore confident that I can support that entity as well, and I'll put my money in, I'll put my time in, so that in 20 years' time we'll have a fitter, weller, better Chorley because of the money that we're spending now. And to me, it's not a large investment for the return we'll get in future years.